Young nigga about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Yeah. True man, I'm free. I wake up a new episode. I pop out cleaners, keep me up a level though. She talk to me like I'm not me. I get it though. Yeah. I'm so eclectic, on me to the credits roll. Talk down to me, they might have to send medical. I'm out the league, I'm OD, they pathetic though. Look how I move, I'm protected. Shawty so swoon in my presence. The world going through it outside, they unruly, but I keep it cool, they can't press me. I keep it pure with intention. They see what I'm on, ain't no vixen. I might slide through with that top down. I keep it tuned with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid, I don't see a threat. Young nigga about that paper. 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 Hop on that jet, had to switch to the coast. One of a kind, I've been playing that role. They pay me, I needed it for. It's real if I said I meant what I spoke. I'm legend, it's written, I shake up the city. Spin block till I'm dizzy, won't ever go broke. I'm chose, I must like do it, I top down. I keep in tune with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid, I don't see a threat. Young nigga about that paper. 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 Put it on me, I'm blessed. Big bag, but I feel the sky, no stress. Can't ground me, I know this since when I had less. Look at how far we progress. Lord, I don't see a threat.
Welcome to the stream, Ringo TV Reactions. We are back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Double tap the screen, guys, to give it a like. We have a lot to talk about. Top of the morning, 4 a.m. North Carolina time. Time to get to work. Bright and early. You know, guys, we got to talk about these topics. Backed by popular demand, a lot of people seems to be talking about this mass shooting that involves white men. And I hear them crying on social media. They're crying, and they want me to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it, guys. I'm going to talk about this topic in hopes to educate the people. And the way I'm going to talk about this topic is the way I normally talk about topics. Now, in the Black community, we have a lot of crime. We have a lot of violence. We have a lot of bloodshed. First thing first that I want to talk about before we get into this, guys, and again, make sure you double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. Okay, I see a 1 in the chat. All right. But I need to make sure everybody can hear me. So put a 1 in the chat if you all can hear me loud and clear and everything is good and I'm not talking to myself. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I see one more. 1. All right. So what I want to do, guys, is this is going to be a lengthy video. I got the time to pretty much teach and educate. What are we going to be learning? We're going to talk about a racist YouTuber who is Black and he hates white people. Now, the problem is he's talking about the mass shooting at a North Carolina bar. He's also talking about a so-called church fire in that involves a white guy with a truck and all sorts of crazy mayhem. And for whatever reason, on Black YouTube, they have a fetish for hearing about white people committing crimes or whatever they want to call it, right? These very same influencers, they ignore black crimes. They ignore the problems in the black community because they hate white people. So it's like their content pretty much promote hate against whites. That's all they do all day. But now, before we begin, guys, I want to show you something. I want to show you what black content creators do not talk about before we get into this, right? Now, as you can see on the screen, right? As you can see on the screen, we have a situation here. How many of you remember this situation, right? Where there was a mass shooting that involved ninjas, right? Literally losing their minds, shooting in front of all these people, in front of kids, 3 people dead. All of this stuff is going on. The black community don't talk about this. Black influencers do not talk about none of these things. They just ignore all of these topics, right? Right? Now, here's the thing, guys. For some reason, they believe that it's my job, right, to cover stories that they cover. My job is to cover what I want to cover. That's my job. I'm not here to fulfill your fetish. If you want to hear about white people killing white people, go to the YouTube channels that give you that. I talk about all topics, white and black. I'm not a racist like you black ninjas. I'm not a racist. You hate white people. Your fetish is hearing about white people committing crimes. What exactly is that doing for the black community with our problems? Not doing anything. See, in the black community, there's drugs everywhere, gangs everywhere. What are you doing to solve those problems? You're not doing a damn thing but talking ish on social media about white people. And see, that's the problem with black Americans. They focus on stuff that is trivial, that makes no sense. You learning about a white man killing people at a church is not solving the problems in the black community. It's not solving none of your issues. It's not bringing you reparations. It's not getting rid of the gang violence. It's not putting fathers back in the homes. It's not doing nothing. But you like hearing about that stuff because why? It's a fetish. You hate white people. So when you see content creators like myself who are successful, you think that it's my job to be as hateful as you. I'm not a racist. I support all people, all Americans. I talk about all crimes, black crime, white crime, everybody's crime. You're just mad that I hold the black people accountable. You're mad because I hold the black community accountable. I'm a black man. My job is to hold the black community accountable. The white man's job is to hold the white community accountable. Right? That's the white man's job. So to all of you black influencers that love calling people raccoons and all sorts of negative names, continue to talk about your white stories and stop worrying about mine. But I'm going to talk about this story here. But I wanted to remind you guys about this. I want to remind you guys about this ninja, this savage animal that killed a bunch of people. And the black community just don't care. You know why? Because he's black. So of course they don't care. They only care about white people killing white people now. It's a fetish. It's sort of like a competition. Some of these black influencers really believe that by them talking about white on white type issues that it affects me. I don't care. When you talk about those stories, I don't care. I don't lose sleep. I'm going to hold the black community accountable. Period. You know what's amazing, guys? You want to know what's so amazing? Let me show you this receipt. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. Because these black influencers, they always say stuff like we're raccoons. We don't talk about white crimes. We don't talk about this. We don't talk about that. I talked about the Sonia Massey situation. I talked about the Daniel Penny situation. I talked about all these different topics, guys. And I don't get no support when I do. But let me show you this. Let me show you this, guys. Give me a minute. Let me get this receipt on the screen so that we can pretty much focus on something here. Now, let me pull this up because this is interesting. Watch this, guys. Watch this. I'm going to show you how this works on YouTube. All right, now watch this. And be sure as you come into the stream, double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Now, let's put this receipt on the screen so we can check my character to see, do I talk about black people all day? That's what I talk about? Let's see what I talk about. You see this, guys? Do you see this? 25-year-old Zachary Newell faces up to 5 years in federal prison for racist and whatever. Y'all know about what this guy did. This is a white man, and I made a video about him. And guess what? All of the so-called blacks on social media that love calling me a raccoon and all sorts of names, they're not in my comment section. That video only got 1,900 views. You know why? Because nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares. Do you see that? When I speak on the topics that involve white people, the black community don't care. They just don't care. And the ones who call me the raccoons, they're nowhere to be found when I talk about those topics. But when I talk about black people committing crimes, they're mad at me. Which one is it? Make up your mind. So when it comes to the white man burning down a church, I don't care. I don't care. When it comes to the white man in North Carolina shooting up the place, I don't care. You talk about it. I'll talk about what I want to talk about. You talk about what you want to talk about. Because when I talk about those stories, you don't care. It's just that simple. Right? I focus on what's affecting the black community. And what's affecting the black community is not a white man up in some damn church. It's not a white man going out there spraying up a bar. That's not affecting the black community. I'm trying to hold the black community accountable for their criminality, for their evil. Let the white man hold the white community accountable for their evil. That is the way it's supposed to go. What about the crime in the black community? Why are black men not solving those problems? We got time to talk about the white man all day when we selling drugs, committing crimes, violence, not taking care of our kids. What about those crimes? Nobody want to talk about it. Now you got this racist YouTuber right here. Guess what he did, guys? He blamed white America for the mass shootings that recently happened. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about why this YouTuber blamed all white Americans for the mass shootings that recently happened. I want to know why he's blaming all white people when it had nothing to do with all white people. You know why? Because he don't like white people. He don't. See, if a black man commit a crime, I don't say, oh, the black man commit a crime, all black people are criminals. No, because I'm a black man. So I can't do that. Do you see my point? But what he did is he took the stories of these so-called white men and claimed that white America is to blame for this. And do you know what he said about white people as a whole? He said that white people, not me, him. Guess what he said? He said that white people's lineage is inherently pretty much evil and savage. Like, y'all just evil. That's what he said. That is what we're going to address. That's right. So we're going to talk about the mass shooting. We're going to talk about the so-called North Carolina bar shooting. We're going to talk about all that stuff. But we're going to talk about it my way, the right way, by holding this black man accountable on why he decided to spread hate against all white people for the crime of two men. Last time I checked, every man is responsible for his own actions. If a black man decides to commit a crime, that have nothing to do with me as a black man. If a white man decide to commit an act of violence, that have nothing to do with the white race of people. Have nothing to do with them. We got a whole whoever committed the crime accountable. You don't blame an entire group of people for the crime of one man. We're going to also show you another point of hypocrisy from this YouTuber. People in his comment section was wondering why he don't talk about Jews. He got scared. And guess what he said? He said, oh, I don't want to talk about them because, you know, blah, blah, blah. But we got video evidence of him bashing Jews. Oh, yeah. We got video evidence of that. Let me see if I can put that on display real quick, guys. Check this out. Here we go. Check this out, guys. You see this video here? This video is a receipt. In this particular video, this particular YouTuber pretty much put a video over on Rumble. Because why? He was too coward to keep it on YouTube because YouTube will demonetize you for bashing Jews. They will demonetize you. And he knows that. So he put his video on Rumble like a coward. But guess what? He was praising Candace Owens because of her calling out a Jewish rabbi. That's right. And throughout that entire video, Nubreed was bashing Jews. That's right. But in the video that we're going to review, he was basically saying, oh, I don't got no problem with nobody. I don't got no problem. All of that is a lie. Nubreed said he's not for the right or for the left, but he was praising Candace Owens. Let's look at this tape before we get into all the content, guys. Let's watch this tape here. Watch this, guys. Check this out.
And I wanted to reveal a very, I just wanted to react to a very shocking interview. It's a debate, actually, between Candace Owens and Michael Jackson's former rabbi. And I'm going to just say this off the break, right?
Watch what he say.
Man, listen, Candace Owens, let me just say this. We got to give it up for Candace Owens. Bro.
Do you see him praising her? Remember, he said he's not for the left, he's not for the right. Candace is far right. So what is he doing? He said we got to give it up for Candace Owens. And those of you that notice, he recently condemned Candace Owens and disassociated himself from her. This is what he do. He flip-flop. 1 minute he uses the right, then he uses the left, and he preached nothing but propaganda. That's it. Watch this. And if you're white, you need to pay attention to this live stream. This particular YouTuber blamed all white people for the mass shooting that happened in North Carolina at the bar, and also the church mass shooting and church burning in Michigan. He blamed white America for this. And the things he had to say will shock you. Wait till we get into the tapes. Listen.
I mean, listen, y'all. I mean, this woman is attractive. This woman is intelligent. This woman right here is the prime example of a strong black woman. Straight up. This woman right here is, I don't care who she married to. Respectfully, I do care because I would never try to make a pass or, look at a certain, a married woman a certain way. But what I say, I don't care who she's married to, because she's married to another nation. A lot of people judge Candace Owens, but looking at the world we're living in right now in comparison with your Meg Thee Stallions, your Kamala Harris's, your, all of these people that you seem to support. A lot of y'all women like to support the ignorance, the filth. Because Candace Owens ain't telling you to go out there and shake your ass. She's not out there telling you to, jug and finesse men and try to go get free meals and, all those kind of things. And because she's not doing that, it's like y'all don't see her blackness. Y'all don't see that this woman is intelligent. This woman, she has very good historical acumen to herself.
What we're proving here, ladies and gentlemen, in case you just joined the show, be sure to double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. This particular YouTuber named Nubreed took it to social media to blame all white people for the mass shooting at the North Carolina bar and the Michigan massacre. He blamed all white Americans for this. The things he had to say was so disgusting and hateful. We're going to bring it all out. We're going to show you all the receipts. What I'm establishing here, guys, is that this YouTuber, he recently tried to distance himself from the left. He's really a liberal, right? And everything he speak and spew is leftist talking points to try to enrage blacks so that they can hate whites. This is what he do. This is what he do all the time. He recently bashed and condemned and mocked the death of Charlie Kirk. He mocked President-elect Trump. He came on YouTube and said that Erica Kurt, the wife, the widow of Charlie Kirk, Nubreed, said that Donald Trump and Erica Kurt had an affair. And that Trump was clapping the cheeks of Erica Kurt, and the children that we all know that Charlie Kirk had may not be his children. That's what this YouTuber said. All his talking points was anti-right, anti-MAGA, anti-everything, even down to the point where he made this right here. Let me put this on the screen so we can also get this receipt, which prove that he's on the left and he hates the right. Check this out.
This is insane! He's got Hulk Hogan in the air. The crowd is losing their minds! A royal suplex. Dirty MAGA has lost it. Someone is not happy right now. Cry! Cry a river, MAGA! Nubreed is crushing all their heroes.
Do you see that? Do you see that? He made this with AI. He made this thing with AI, but notice this, guys. I want you to see something. You see the front of Hulk Hogan's headband? It says MAGA. So who he worked for? Do you see my point now? And he mocked the death of Hulk Hogan. When Hulk Hogan died, he came on YouTube basically laughing at his death. This is what he do. So he slandered the president, spread disinformation and hate, lied and said he don't got a problem with the Jewish community when clearly, based off of this receipt right here, guys, watch this. This receipt is a receipt that is on Rumble right now. If you go to Rumble, you will find that video. Candace Owens exposed the synagogue of Satan. That video he had on YouTube, but he deleted it because he know that YouTube don't play those games when you're bashing the Jewish community. He knows that. So he took the video down out of fear. At that time, Candace Owens got demonetized on YouTube because of whatever reason. She had got demonetized. She's monetized back again. But at that time, she got demonetized. Him, out of fear, took the video down. He was worshiping and praising Candace Owens because of her defiance and stance against a Jewish man. And he felt that she was doing the work of coming against the Jewish community because that's his real mission. So he weaponized Candace Owens' talking points for his own personal enrichment. I'm trying to establish something here. So as you view this stream, guys, you got to pay attention to context. If you just walked in and you don't know what's going on, don't just start posting a bunch of rhetoric and you don't know what I'm talking about. You got to pay attention to this because he's blaming all white Americans for a mass shooting. You can't do that. If a black man commit a crime, that's that black man that committed the crime, not all black people. But because he's a racist and he don't like white people, he figured, you know what? Let me blame all white people because I'm tired of these black guys on YouTube holding black people accountable. So the way I get back at them, what he's doing is he's talking about white on white type crime, trying to make it seem like it's a white on white thing when really he's not addressing the real issues in the black community, which is black on black violence. He's not dealing with that. Like I said, He's not dealing with this issue. He's not going to talk about Frazier. He's not going to talk about one arrested and all these people dead. He's not going to talk about none of these issues. You know why? Because it involves black people crashing out committing crimes. And this is the biggest issue that I got against the black community, is that these influencers never hold the black community accountable for the crime and the violence, but they're quick to talk about white America. Let white America talk about their own issues, and let black America talk about the black issues. That way we can hold each other's communities accountable. At the same time, I talk about all stories, and I'm fair and balanced. But the way they want me to talk about stories, guys, is they want me to be bashing white people. You're not going to put a battery in my back to do that. You do that. I don't promote hate speech. I just hold people accountable for their actions. So now, guys, let's get back to what he was saying, because this is very, very important and crucial to understand why he was in support of Candace Owens during that time. Listen to this.
And I think she's a great example. I mean, look, she's straight up sister soldier right now. She's sister soldier right now. And at the end of the day, she's the only woman. I'm going to tell you right now, she's the only woman revolutionary right now with a big platform.
Did you hear that? Did anybody miss it? He called Candace Owens a revolutionary. Candace Owens is not a revolutionary. That's a lie. Let's get some context. Let's get some context on the screen, because again, what that YouTuber loved to do is he weaponized different people for his own political agendas. This is what he do. There is no widespread evidence or consensus that Candace Owens is a revolutionary. She is a far-right political commentator, activist, and author known for promoting conservative and controversial views for not for the leading of a revolution. Do you see that, guys? But he called her a revolutionary. That's a lie. He's weaponizing Candace Owens for his own hate. Now, keep in mind, at that time, he supported Candace Owens because she spoke against the Jewish community. And that is what he always been doing. But because of YouTube's guidelines, he took his video down out of fear, because he don't want to deal with the consequences by promoting hate. You understand? So what I do is I hold him accountable. He don't like that. He don't like the fact that I'm holding him to the fire. You see? So now what he did lately, guys, he distanced himself from Candace Owens because he found out that Candace Owens was good friends with Charlie Kirk. He didn't know that. So once he found that out, he distanced himself from Candace Owens, and now he say that, oh, she's a puppet, she's this, she's that, but he was supporting her the whole time. Y'all heard what he said about her. He basically called her a revolutionary. So now that we got all of that intact, guys, let's go back now and let's watch the video in question. And we got a lot of things to share with you guys, so be sure to double tap the screen, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Now watch this. This video that we're reviewing here is titled, I believe it's called White, let me see what he named the video. White Rage Hits Different. North Carolina Bar and Michigan Attacked. That's the name of his video. We're going to review that video right now. So let's check this out, guys. Let's go.
Some facts that we have at this time is that we believe that this was a targeted location. We appear that he acted in what we call a lone wolf. He acted alone. This is highly premeditated from what we're seeing at this time. And we feel there are no other threats to our community, that we do have someone in custody.
Police in North Carolina giving an update moments ago on the shooting at a waterfront bar in that state. The suspect has been arrested and is going to be charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. And with that, we welcome you inside, everybody. This is Fox News Live. I'm Kevin Cork in Washington. Police say the gunman opened fire on a busy restaurant from a nearby boat along the river. 3 people dying in that shooting. At least 5 others were wounded. Madison Scarpino has the very latest for us this afternoon. Maddie.
Yeah, Kevin, it's awful. Imagine just having food and drinks on the water, listening to live music, enjoying your Saturday night, and then someone in a boat starts shooting up the place. That's what happened last night in Southport, North Carolina. As you mentioned, 3 people now dead, at least 5 more are injured. We know some are fighting for their life, and we just got an update from local officials who say that the suspect is 40-year-old Nigel Edge.
This suspect identifies as a combat veteran. He self-identifies. Injured in the line of duty is what he's saying. He suffers from PTSD. We want to point those facts out. He acted alone. This is highly premeditated from what we're seeing at this time.
This is Edge's mugshot from overnight. He was arrested not long after the shooting. He's currently in jail without bond, and he's now facing 3 counts of first-degree murder, 5 counts of attempted murder, 5 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, other charges, and the local DA says that we should be expecting some more. Now, right now, the
usual suspects.
Notice what he just did right there. He said the usual suspects. Wrong. The usual suspects is the black man. He's taken a talking point that is highly used when black people are committing crimes, looting stores, and we see these video clips all over the place, and people normally put in the comments, usual suspects. Now he's trying to put that on white people now. No, sorry, that don't apply. That don't apply here. He's shaking his head as if though he's so shocked about what happened. But yet, all the crime in the black community, he never talks about it. Do you see any crime on his channel of black people on his platform? Nope. He never talks about black people committing crimes. He even was said in a video, he said that black crime, in terms of black on black crime, is a myth. That's what he said. He said it don't even exist. He said that black on black crime don't exist. The man do not like white people. And now what he did is he's blaming 2 mass shootings on white people. And that's our job to pretty much uncover and expose in this broadcast. So put on your seatbelt, guys, because there's a lot of stuff that he's going to say that is very, very shocking, hateful. It's just disgusting because he was basically talking about how white people need to be in their place and how your people are inherently violent. He literally was expressing so much hate for white people for the crime of 2 men that have nothing to do with you. Imagine that. You get up every morning as a father, as a husband, to go to work to provide for your family as a white man. And there's a black man on social media blaming you for the crime of somebody else that you have no clue who they are. That's crazy. Listen to this.
America, we have a problem. A serious problem. Now,
notice this. Before we even continue, I want you to show how black savages act and how they are. Watch this, guys. Let me show you this comment. I want to show you, especially if you're white, I need for you to see this. And I know as a white man, as a East Indian, as a so-called Asian, or whatever your ethnic group background is, I know why you don't want to be around black people. I know exactly why. Let me show you this so you can see why I don't want to be around them. Right now, watch this. Let me show you this right now because I get this type of rhetoric all day on YouTube, and I want you to see exactly what I got to deal with. Now, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I live in North Carolina. I've been out here for about 1 year and a few months, and I'm loving it out here, right? It's very, very nice. It is very quiet, and I'm able to pretty much do my content and raise my kids in a decent environment. I originally was living in the hood, or what they would call the ghetto. And I decided to upgrade my life, make better decisions, make better choices to empower my family. But now watch this, guys. Watch this wonderful comment from a black person that is very hateful and evil. I want to show you this real quick. So now, let's see this. This guy was recently just blocked by the moderator V-Dubman. Now check this out. This person comes in and says, "You are a coward. If you were in Brooklyn, you wouldn't even dare wear that hat. You are the biggest coward on YouTube facts." Now, he says, if I was in Brooklyn, I would not wear this hat, which suggests that violence would be coming towards my way. Do you all see how violent these ninjas are? Do you see why nobody want to be around you? Come on now. Do you see this? He says if you were in Brooklyn, right? If you were in Brooklyn, you wouldn't dare wear that hat, which suggests that ninjas would want to unalive me for wearing a hat. So what does that mean? That means that the ninjas he's speaking of are from the left, which mean they hate anything that have to do with MAGA. They don't want America to be great again. And this is the issue that we have in America, guys, where black on black crime is at an all-time high. Now, you would think he would say, oh, if you was around white people, oh, you should be afraid to wear this hat. But no, if you're around black people, you ought to be afraid because they're going to unalive you. And to all the people posting negative comments, you're watching me. Always remember that. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. You're watching me. I'm not watching you. You're watching me. You have somebody in the live chat. They says, do you got a snow bunny? These are typical things that they love to say, guys. Let's see if I got a snow bunny. Let me see if I got a snow bunny. Guys, we go through this all the time. When you're black, successful, and you're doing well, you are automatically placed in a bubble where blacks that hate other blacks will begin to assume you're trying to be white. You're a coon. You're all these negative things. You're all of these different negative things. So I want to find out, do I have a so-called, snow bunny? I want to find out if I got a snow bunny. Let me see if I do. Let me check my, my videos so I can see if I have a snow bunny, because maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe I have a snow bunny wife. I don't know. So let me check this out. Give me a minute. Okay, so let me take this off right here, because that's what they assume. Because, when you're a black man, you are well-spoken and all of that other stuff. You're always judged in that manner, right? So now let's see what kind of wife I got. Okay, here's a video for you guys to go watch in your own leisure, right? You see this video right here, guys? You see that? Thanking God versus thanking your husband or father. Do you see me in the car with my wife? Does she look like a so-called snow bunny? No, she's a black woman from Guyana. Black woman. Do you understand that now? And my kids are in the car and they're all black. So to all you racist black haters and full of hate and jealousy, how do you feel now? You feel stupid. That's how you feel now, right? Now, to the person who said that, where is your black husband? You don't got one. You don't got no husband, but you so quick to run at that mouth, right? But now, let's get back to the content, guys. These are the type of things that I got to deal with, guys. I deal with a lot of hate from black people because I decide to be a civilized American, whereas they want to walk around being savages all day. And they do all of this stuff to be distractions because they hate me. Now, and again, all the negative comments, you wasting your time. Always remember, you're viewing me. Always remember that. You're viewing me. So when you express hate, that's called buck breaking. I already know all of the Willie Lynch syndrome you got going on in your mind. That's called buck breaking. That's you doing the rhetoric of the slave master, trying to hate on the man that can free you. And this is what you're doing. So all of that hate doesn't bother me. You know why? I'm successful. When a man is successful, he's not worrying about all that garbage. When a man have a fine woman, he's not online bashing women, talking about how women ain't ish. You know why? He got a good woman at home. When a man got a family, he ain't out here worried and lonely and miserable. But see, when you're a black man and you're miserable and you don't got no wife, no kids, no happiness, no nothing, you're going to be on social media being radicalized by all these hateful influencers. And that's exactly what that guy down there is doing to black people. Let's get back to the content. Let's go.
Those who have the power to change the problem have a lot of misappropriated energy. And you can tell how they utilize their resources, their armies, their media.
How come he's not talking about the actual criminals? He's talking about the media. He's talking about resources. Why he's not talking about the crime?
We have an issue in this country with
who?
What I would like to describe as white rage.
White rage.
It's consuming the country. It's literally strangling the country like a malignant root.
Motive is unclear, but we do.
The motive is never clear. Imagine these people enjoying a good evening. And this lone wolf, because it's always a lone wolf, decides that he wants to fire from a boat into a bar where people are just enjoying themselves. I don't think he cared whether they were black or white people. He was simply full of rage and turned into a straight psychopath. And there's been another situation that took place where another person, just like him, woke up with violence. What's going on in the country?
You know from his local police chief, he's not a stranger to law enforcement. Police say this all happened around 9:30 last night at the American Fish Company restaurant. It's at a local yacht basin about 30 miles south of Wilmington, a really popular spot. And the local district attorney says most of the people killed were not locals, but people who were on vacation in the coastal town. The Southport police chief says this is weighing really heavy on the small, tight.
He never talks about black rage or black people that commit crimes. This is what I'm trying to prove here during this live. I need for everybody to make sure you double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Without your help, we cannot do this, guys. We got about 500 people, only 95 likes. We need the likes to match the views so that YouTube can push this video into the algorithm so more people can get this, because what he's doing is essentially blaming white people as a whole for the crimes of two men. But he have nothing to say about the black community and the violence and the crimes over there because he's protecting criminals. Remember, George Floyd was a criminal. And what did the black community do? They decide to make a statue. They decide to immortalize him as a statue. And he's a criminal. A man who have a lengthy rap sheet of nothing but crime. And they held him up as a hero.
Here he is overnight.
November will be 8 years that I've been the chief, and I don't recall a time that we've had an active shooter situation like this. So it's definitely it's a bad night for Southport.
So the suspect is due in court tomorrow, so we'll likely learn a lot more facts in this case then. And the local DA says that they are exploring the possibility of the death penalty.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox.
Now this is getting crazy, y'all.
See, here's the thing that you guys have to understand. These so-called shootings have nothing to do with right or left. These are just random crimes, random acts of violence. Has nothing to do with right or left. You guys in the chat like to make it a political thing. Is black on black crime a political thing? Or is it just people that's full of demons? This is the problem with America. You guys weaponize everything that have to do with the right and left and try to spin that into all of these crimes. Who was this crime right here? Was this motivated? Where is it? Was this motivated by, where is it? Okay, here we go. Was this crime political? Was this political violence? Where all these black folks was killing each other out in the streets? I can't play the video because of YouTube guidelines, but y'all know what this is. Look it up. Look up this mass shooting of all the people dead and how people are literally on the floor on top of each other like sardines while guns were blazing. You understand? Think about what's going on. You know? Somebody says, Mr. Not Funny, you're misconstruing my argument. I'm not even reading your comments, so I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know who you are. You must be talking to yourself because I'm doing a whole show. I'm not even paying you no mind. I just kind of glance at the chat and look, and I hear you talking about whatever. I don't even know who you are. Anyway, let's get back to the content.
Something else took place today. But before we go into what happened at a Mormon church in Michigan, I want to say this.
Now, when have Nubreed ever defended the Mormon church? He's against the Mormon church. If you look at his content, he is anti-Mormon church. He's against the Mormon church. So why is he even speaking on this? He don't even care about the Mormon church. As far as he's concerned, he don't care. He do not care, guys. But he's acting as though he's outraged by what happened. Like he really care about people. He don't. He don't care about nobody.
You know, I was talking about the Charlie Kirk assassination and how it was a blood sacrifice.
You see that?
You know, an inside job.
He said that Charlie Kirk's death was a blood sacrifice inside job. You see that? And he blamed Erica Kirk for her husband's death. He said that Erica Kirk was a honey trap that was set up by Trump so that they can kill Charlie Kirk. This is what he said. Not me. That YouTuber said that. We are reviewing his work.
And I noticed a pattern within my chat. There was a lot of people who wanted me to blame people over there in Israel. For
you see that? Blame people where?
For reason. They have some type of gripe with the people over there in Israel. And I refuse to align myself with anyone focused on what's going on in Palestine or the Gaza Strip, when in this country right here, we're seeing this type of news every single day.
We're not seeing that type of news every day. There's not mass shootings every day from white people every day. What are you talking about? But see, this is the part that I want you guys to get. I want you to get this part.
There was a lot of people who wanted me to blame people over there in Israel. For whatever reason, they have some type of gripe with the people over there in Israel. And I refuse to align myself with anyone focused on what's going on in Palestine or the Gaza Strip.
He just said he's not going to align himself with anybody that deals with that. In other words, he's basically saying he don't got nothing to say about Jewish people. Okay, let's look at what he had to say here. This is his video, guys. Exhibit A. This is his video of him using Candace Owens' debate with a Jewish rabbi. That's right. And in this video, he was expressing nothing but hate. Nothing but hate, guys. But he said he won't align himself with anyone. But he aligned himself with Candace Owens. And he was in full support of her. Let's play the tape so that we can understand. He put this video on Rumble because he's scared YouTube would demonetize him. Now watch this, guys.
And I wanted to reveal a very, I just wanted to react to a very shocking interview. It's a debate, actually, between Candace Owens and Michael Jackson's former rabbi. And I'm going to just say this off the break, right? Man, listen, Candace Owens, let me just say this. We got to give it up for Candace Owens. Bro.
Do you see that? You heard him say he won't align himself with anybody who is against this or that, but we clearly see the receipt, guys. I'm just showing you the facts.
I mean, listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. I mean, this woman is attractive. This woman is intelligent. This woman right here is the prime example of a strong black woman.
Do you see him praising Candace Owens? He was aligned with Candace Owens when Candace Owens went toe-to-toe against the Jewish rabbi. That is what he enjoyed. He enjoyed that. If you watch his video and hear all the things he had to say about the Jewish community, if you hear all of the rhetoric, all of the things he had to say, you'll know why he took that video off YouTube. But he's saying that all of those people in his comments are trying to make him respond to Jewish people, he's like, oh, I don't want to talk about, I don't want to, because he's scared. Because he know he will get demonetized like the YouTuber Destiny. He will get demonetized like the YouTube Saint and Sinner. They recently got demonetized for hate. And he know good and well what will happen. So he took those videos down like a coward. But I want you to make it known, guys, for the record, the video in question is on his Rumble page. You go to Rumble and you search for that video, you'll find it if he didn't take it down already. Because most likely he would probably take it down like a coward. That video will forever be a receipt that I will use. Let's get back to the content, guys. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
When in this country right here, we're seeing this type of news every single day.
That's a lie. We're not seeing mass shootings every single day by white folk. That's a lie.
We see it every single day in our country. We see white rage. We see mass shootings. There's been upward towards 60 mass shootings just in 1 year by the hands of these people.
By the hands of these people. You see how he put it? What about the hands of black people? What about the crime that black people is doing to themselves? You don't want to talk about that, right? Of course not.
Going up in churches, going up in grocery stores. And our country our leadership really refuses to address it. You know, they're giving some political.
What do you mean they're not addressing it? We saw the people at the press conference addressing those mass shootings. The guy is in custody. What are you talking about? They did their job. Another guy's dead. They did their job. What are you talking about?
Answers. Today, Trump responded to the church shooting, which we're going to go to.
Notice this, guys. Notice what Ben whatever says. It says you only want to talk about black people badly. Do you see this? Do you see the madness here? Why do you watch me for? Why are you even here? I talk about whatever I want to talk about. If you don't like it, leave. Why are you here? Who told you that my job is supposed to be talking about white people? I'm not a black racist. Look, you got channels on YouTube that are from black supremacists. There are a lot of black supremacist channels. What is a black supremacist channel? A channel that is always talking about white supremacy, always trying to make black people feel that they're being oppressed. And what they try to do is weaponize YouTube voices, influencers, so they can all join in and talk about the same thing. I'm not going to have that battery in my back and allow my platform to be used to promote some sort of black supremacy. I'm an American. That's what I am. I'm not a part of none of these hate groups. I'm not a part of any Black Panther nonsense. I'm not a part of any FBA. I'm not a part of some sort of Black Hebrew Israelite movement. I'm not a part of any of these movements. Because all of these movements, all they do is promote hate and division. And none of these black groups promote love, acceptance, or even empower their people. All they do is race bait and cause black people to hate other groups. That's all they do. They don't empower you. They make money off you while keeping you at the bottom.
His response. But they're too busy playing politics instead of really getting at the root of the problem.
Why is he talking about politics when he's supposed to be talking about the crime? Do you see how he's twisting? He's using those mass shootings to promote his own political agenda, guys.
Everybody wants to shift the blame here or there. Well, listen, let me explain this to you all. And I want y'all to hear me clearly. Your lineage is violent.
Do you hear that, guys? He just said white people's lineage is violent from his own lips. Now, watch this, guys. When I tell you I am the best content creator on YouTube, I want you to listen to this, guys. First, let's rewind this back. Let's rewind this back a little bit, right? Watch this, guys. You got to listen. When I tell you I got receipts for days, guys. You're going to love this receipt. You're going to love this receipt. Watch this. Let's see. Is this it? I think this is it.
Okay, it's good to have y'all in. It's good to have y'all in. Look, we're not finna let these devils rewrite history. We're not gonna do that. See, MLK was about our people getting our reparations. Charlie Kirk believed our people should have never had civil rights. Charlie Kirk said that MLK was an awful person. And we're going to go to the facts. That's what he said. But nonetheless, Middle America have been making this comparison with Charlie Kirk and Martin Luther King. Like I said, we not finna let these devils rewrite history. And
Do you see that? He's calling white people devils. Watch this.
This out here too.
Watch this.
In case some of you are just hearing about my platform for the first time, we've been gaining new viewership as of late. Listen, you're going to hear a lot of people out there say things about myself. You're going to hear people misconstrue what I say, chop up my talking points, take everything I say out of context and try to use that. That's what they do with their agents, their provocateurs. They're controlled opposition. That's how they utilize these type of people. So if you haven't heard it from me directly, from this here platform, then I didn't say it.
You heard what he just said. If you didn't hear it from him, from his platform, he didn't say it. Now, let's take that off and let's hear what he said. Let's go.
Getting at the root of the problem. Everybody wants to shift the blame here or there. Well, listen, let me explain this to you all. And I want y'all to hear me clearly. Your lineage is violent.
Wow.
Your whole lineage is violent.
Wow.
You're not going to be able to deflect your way out of this. Now, your violence is blowing up in y'all's own faces.
Do you see what he just did, guys? From his own platform, from his own words, we got him. He just said, you got people like myself making videos about him, but he said, if you didn't hear it from his mouth, he didn't say it. I just showed you what he said. Let's rewind it back. He said, white Americans, all white people, that your lineage is violent. This is what he said.
Now, your violence is blowing up.
Hold on.
Here or there. Well, listen. Let me explain this to you all. And I want y'all to hear me clearly. Your lineage is violent. Your whole lineage is violent.
That is crazy. He literally got on social media and said the entire lineage of white people is violent. That's hate speech. That's nothing but hate, because here's the thing. He targeted a whole group of people, not focusing on the crime. He's not even talking about the mass shooting. He's using the mass shooting to attack white people. Can't y'all see that? Put a 1 in the chat if you can see that. Put a 1 in the chat if you could see that. He's using the mass shooting that 2 white men did, and now he's blaming all white people for the crime and assuming that all of you are violent. That's crazy. You can't do that. You can't generalize a whole group of people and blame them and say, oh, your whole lineage is violent, when we are violent too. So the black community don't got no violence. So the black community don't kill one another.
You're not going to be able to deflect your way out of this. Now, your violence is blowing up in y'all's own faces.
Wow.
And y'all can't hide the violence anymore.
This is crazy.
See, here's the issue. You're power drunk or power thirsty.
He's saying that all white Americans are power drunk and power thirsty. This is crazy.
And you want dominion, rulership. See, before we focus on what's going on over there on the Gaza Strip or what's going on with Palestine, How about we focus on the fact that when y'all came over here to America, you committed genocide against the natives here?
Why is he talking about that rather than the mass shooting? Are y'all seeing how he's using the mass shooting to promote his own agenda? Do you see that? He's not even talking about the shooting. He used it as a way just to attack white people because he don't like white people.
Why don't we focus on the fact that you pillaged and destroyed everywhere you went?
Why is he talking about your ancestors or any sort of white folk from the past? Why is he talking about that? Because he's full of hate.
And then the same people you want us to have some type of gripe with, you funded them.
What?
You funded them. You created this.
So now what he just said is that America funded Israel. Do you see what he just said? He's saying that the white man did. Do you see what he's doing?
Issue. And I want you to really consider what you have done and what you failed to do and why all this violence goes on in your community.
Everyday white people that are living in America is not a part of none of this stuff that he's talking about. Why is he putting that on you? Why is he promoting this hate? He's making it seem like all white people are making these decisions to run the world the way it's being run. That's crazy. And people really follow this guy.
See, y'all could help the people that you've pillaged and destroyed. You could fix up Haiti. You want us to worry about what's going on in Palestine when Haiti, if y'all wanted to, y'all could put y'all best foot forward and build Haiti up.
Build your own community up. You got money to buy Jordans, right? Build yourself up and stop looking for the white man to build you up. See, this is the problem. He don't like white people. He's anti-Trump, but yet he want white America to build something in Haiti.
Y'all can build some towns in Africa. All of the places that you've committed treason against.
Why is he talking about you committing treason against? I thought he was talking about the mass shooting. Do you see how he just got off the topic and went into a whole tirade?
Broken treaties with, committed genocide, stole from, pillaged. Y'all could fix that up.
Those are a lot of allegations he's throwing out, and he's doing this towards all white Americans, guys. He ain't even say, well, this particular group right here or this isolated group here or name some names. He's speaking in general about white people.
Y'all can actually revive the children of God that you kidnapped and brought over here to your country, and you made slaves out of these people, and then you tried to rewrite history and call us indentured servants.
Why is he even using the mass shooting to spew all of this nonsense? It's like he's race baiting and trying to just make people angry. And this guy, anytime he do videos, he's always talking about there's going to be a race war. There's going to be this, there's that. It's like all he's doing is trying to make people angry. What I try to do is bring people together. I try to say, look, we Americans, we live in America. We got to stop all this hate. Charlie Kirk was just assassinated and the world is full of hate. And it seems as though a lot of influencers, they're not trying to bring people together. They're trying to keep us divided. And what he loves to do is make black Americans feel as if though white people are on some sort of there's a conspiracy to keep black people at the bottom. And in my mind, I'm like, nobody could keep you at the bottom unless you want to be at the bottom. Every American have the same opportunities. You have Asians that come from China all the way to America and start businesses and become very successful. You have Nigerians that come to America, immigrants, and they become successful. You have people from India all over the world that come to America, get education, and become successful. But the black man is the only one crying white supremacy. You don't see no other groups doing this, but black people doing this. And it's pathetic and it's sad that you could be in America all this time And yet you don't want to empower yourself and you only play a victim. This is all I'm seeing. So what he do is he weaponize tragedies in order to promote hate in black folk so that they can be racist towards whites. So in other words, the very thing that I guess blacks that have been influenced by his rhetoric feel deep down inside about white people, they now express that same hate towards whites. So in other words, if they feel that they're being discriminated against, now they discriminate against whites. We just saw the other day, you had MAGA went down to the HBCU to have a debate. They went to a black college campus, and it was pretty much ran off and met with hostility and other negative words. Those men were exercising their rights, and they were discriminated against by the black college. So free speech, they don't really support it. And that was proven by the way they were treated. And instead, he's trying to weaponize the mass shooting to attack white people now. Everything he's saying have nothing to do with that shooting.
You could give those people reparations. Y'all could fix it. But your refusal to fix it is why you're imploding. That's the reason why y'all keep having these crash outs.
Y'all. He's saying y'all as if though if you're white, when a white man has commit a crime or have a mass shooting, that you're responsible for that man's crime. Isn't that crazy? If a black man commit a crime, that have nothing to do with me. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I never been arrested a day in my life, never had handcuffs on me, never been to prison. Clean record. No traffic violations, nothing. Clean. So just because a black man commit a crime, that doesn't mean all black men are criminals. I'm a family man. I'm a father. I got 4 kids. I take care of mine. I don't got no time to be out here committing crimes, to be in a damn prison cell with men. But for some reason, he's taking this tragedy of people that lost their lives and he's using it to attack all white people.
This is the reason why y'all not even safe in your own communities. This is the reason why
he said white people are not safe in their own communities. That's laughable. That is laughable. He just said that white people are not safe in their own communities. That's laughable. You know why? Because it's the black community that you're not safe in. You're not safe in the black community. You understand? Think about the comment, guys, that somebody left up here. Where is it? This person, Jose, said, "You are a coward. If you were in Brooklyn, you wouldn't dare wear that hat." What does that translate to? Black people would want to unalive me just for wearing a hat, guys. But yet, they don't feel that way about the gangs. This ninja up here don't have a problem with gangs. He don't have a problem with the Bloods, the Crips, and all these gangs in Brooklyn, New York. He don't got no problem with the drug dealers. He won't say if you were a drug dealer and you in Brooklyn, you don't want to come around here and be a drug dealer or get. No, because in Brooklyn, they support the criminals. That's the black community for you guys. Let's go. Let's get back to the content.
the president just deployed the National Guard to a majority white state. Yeah.
He don't like white people.
Which is Portland, Oregon. This is the reason why your country is tiptoeing on tyranny and martial law.
Why is he talking about this when he should be talking about the mass shootings, the crime? He's not even talking about it. He used that to get in so that he could get your attention, and then he starts spewing his hate.
Because all these mass shootings is going to equal what? Checkpoints. That's what's going to come of all of this. Checkpoints. People don't think it's coming, but it's coming. Because they got an unforeseen enemy coming from each and every direction. And it's only a matter of time before fear has overtaken a nation. Because
all he promotes is fear and propaganda news. That's all this guy promote all day.
y'all are not addressing the problem. And fear will overtake the nation. Anytime people can be chilling out with their families, enjoying themselves, grocery shopping, enjoying their lives at a public park.
These mass shootings affects blacks and whites. Do you understand that? Any mass shooting affects all groups. So why is he making it a race thing?
At a church, at a school, and you don't know if one of these maniacs is going to come through with an M4, an AR-15, and commit heinous acts, eventually.
Why is this clown in the live chat saying, Ringo, why you and this person is not this anymore? Where are you coming from with this garbage? Why are you even here? Do you even know what the hell is going on? I mean, you got a lot of weirdos that be coming over here saying some bull crap every single time.
You're going to be looking for a solution. You're going to be looking for a solution.
This man
Y'all created the problem.
He don't like white people.
The people are reacting, and the solution would be what? Martial law.
And he lives around white people. That's another thing. And see, this is why I keep telling you, a lot of these influencers that are anti-white, if you really study where they normally live in a predominantly white community. But they act like they don't like white people on social media, but they like living around white people because they feel safe. They don't live around black people. He don't live around black people. He live around white people, but he don't like white people. That's crazy. And it's dangerous. It's dangerous because if the people in his community knew that this is how he felt and they live right around him, they would be concerned. And these are the type of things that Trump be talking about these people that be radicalizing people on social media, filling them with hate.
The solution would be, more restrictions when it comes to the Second Amendment. That would be y'all's solution. But the real solution is addressing y'all's hate, y'all's violence, not deflecting. Because I'm going to tell y'all, every time I hear y'all say, yo, it's the Jews doing this and the Jews doing that. You know what it makes me think? Every time I hear y'all do that, it just reminds me of how racist y'all really are.
You see that? You see that?
Because all y'all do is blame people, because that's what y'all did to us here in America. Every time something happened, y'all want to blame somebody. That's what y'all did to blacks.
Wow.
So I don't care about what you got to say going on over there. That's y'all's problem. Oh, the Jews did this and did that. No, I don't care about none of that. I'm not hearing that.
You see that? He said he's not hearing none of that. He don't care about the Jews and all this other stuff. But again, look at what he was doing, guys. Check out the receipts. You see that? He's telling you one thing, but he's lying. He really have a hidden agenda, And he's very nervous about this because Trump is cracking down on a lot of social media platforms that are spewing this rhetoric. And they're going to be dealt with for that because they spew a lot of hate. They're not doing content. They're trying to radicalize people to become hateful so they could divide America. This is what we're dealing with in today's day, guys. Let's get back to the content. Let's go.
I honestly hope, they go ahead and colonize everything that belongs to you.
Do you see what he just said? Now, what did he just say right there, guys? I want to see I want to see if y'all paying attention. What did he just say right there? When he said, I hope they colonize everything that you have. What did he just say? I want to see who's smart. I want to see what y'all think. What is he saying right there? Who's paying attention? Is there anybody here that know what he just said right there? Because it probably just went right over your head. Nobody don't know what he's saying, right? This is crazy. Let me give you a little hint. Let me give you a hint of what he's saying. Right? Now remember, he said he don't want to talk about these people. This is the hint. He's saying that those people, he's hoping that they colonize everything that you got. So he's talking about Jewish people. Do you see what he just did? Let me play it back for you, because he has an agenda, guys, and I need for y'all to see it. Pay attention. Check it out.
That I'm not hearing that. I honestly hope I hope they go ahead and colonize everything that belongs to you.
You see that?
That's what I hope.
And he hopes that. So he is talking about them. He is talking about them, guys. He's saying he hopes that those people colonize everything that the white man have. That's what he just said.
Because y'all seem uncivilized. And that's what y'all have done. Y'all have colonized everywhere that you've went. And I hope they do the exact same thing to y'all. I hope.
What does this have to do with the mass shooting, guys? Are y'all seeing how he's weaponizing these topics? This is what black influencers do. And they be wanting me to do the same, but I'm not with that. I'm not with that. I'm about making America great again. They want to be out there spewing hate, using their platforms to radicalize people. What he's doing, guys, is evil.
They take over all y'all social media spaces. Let them just go ahead and take over your country, because that's what y'all did. And
Do you
y'all
see what he's saying? He's literally, yo, I'm telling you, man, if anybody could read the lines, it's crazy. Wow.
want us to be at arms against those people? No, thank you. We live here in this country and we see the evil. Now there's more. There's more, ladies and gentlemen, because this is some evil stuff. These people are going up in churches. They have no type of recourse. None whatsoever. And you know, you can guess who did it. You know, it's the usual suspects, because we don't go nowhere near no Mormon church. And from what I've just seen, they ran through the church with a pickup truck with American flags on it. The church is in flames. The church is in flames out here in Michigan. And it's a part of Michigan that has like 79% white population as well. But I want y'all to peep this.
Getting reports this afternoon of an active shooter and a fire at a church in Grand Blanc, Michigan. That's about an hour outside of Detroit. Let's go to Brian Yennis. He has the very latest for us. Brian, what can you tell?
Yeah, that part of, Grand Blanc, Michigan is a white.
Kevin, good.
This is a white, majority white concentrated area.
Oh, excuse me. I had it off. Do you see what he's doing? He's saying it's a white, heavily white area. Do you see what he's doing? He's not talking about the actual stories. He's weaponizing the stories to express how he feel about white Americans. So he's basically blaming white America for all of these atrocities. This is what he's doing. He's not talking about the story because he cares about the victims or the people or giving condolences or even just sharing a news story. He has an agenda behind this.
And we know, based on the crime, although they haven't released the identity of the individual, we already know it's the usual suspects.
Do you see? He's saying the usual suspects. This is crazy.
We'll just put it that way. Let's go.
Active shooter and a fire at a church in Grand Blanc, Michigan. That's about an hour outside of Detroit. Let's go to Brian Yennis. He has the very latest for us. Brian, what can you tell us?
To all you negative folks that hate me, why are you watching me? Why are you watching me? You have to be mentally disturbed if you keep watching me and you don't even like me. Why do you like watching me? You hate me, but you love watching me. That's weird. I would not watch somebody I don't like.
Good afternoon. A developing story indeed. We can tell you right now that the Grand Blanc police say that fire that you're seeing on your screen was started by a suspected active shooter. Sources telling Fox 2 Detroit that active shooter.
That's exactly what he's trying to start. Tennessee Girl says, is Nubreed trying to start a race war? That's exactly what he's trying to start. And I've been trying to warn people about these radicals on social media that is literally radicalizing viewers to put batteries in their backs to express hate. I've been trying to warn people for the longest about this because all he seemed to spew is hate to try to divide us as a people. I'm trying to unite people, to calm people down, to stop this racial tension that's in the air. But all he's doing is putting blame on people. Now, in that video, he's suggesting that white Americans are responsible for these mass shootings. He's basically blaming white people for something they didn't even do. This is what he's doing. No different than when blacks talk about slavery, what do they always do? Make white people feel guilty. And the thing is, all of you that are alive today had nothing to do with slavery. Nothing to do with it. You ain't have no plantation. You ain't have no whip or none of that mess. Am I saying that there aren't racists out here, that there aren't white people that probably have issues with black folk? Of course there's people out here that have issues with black folk. I got issues with black folk and I'm black. And I'm pretty sure there are black people that don't even like white people. We all got issues and all have different things that we don't like. But to blame an entire group of people for the mass shooting is crazy. That don't make no sense. That's hate.
Is now down. So this is the situation we have. We also know, according to that reporting from our local affiliate in Detroit, that there are 6 to 8 victims. Their condition currently unknown at this hour. An active shooter shooting the Church of Latter-day Saints, the Mormon church in Grand Blanc Township. This is about 60 minutes northwest of Detroit, about 10 miles south of Flint, Michigan. We have seen some folks, victims being taken out by stretcher. There has been a full-blown response to this church. We don't know how this fire was started, but sources tell our Fox 2 Detroit that fire was started by...
Somebody said there's a difference between honesty and hate. What he's doing is pure hate. It's not honesty. Because what he's doing is not solving no problems. It just divides people. He's not solving problems. He's not making black people better. He's promoting hate, division. He's not solving problems. He's not speaking truth. He's dividing people.
Suspected shooter.
Now, this person not only shot up the joint, but he decided to set flames to a Mormon church.
Okay, what's the solution? While he's talking all of this, what's the solution? How do we fix the problem? He's not talking about that because he's using it in order to express his hate for white people and to make black people join his army. That's what he's literally just recruiting blacks.
And see, middle America, y'all want to do everything. Y'all want to...
Middle America. Do you see what he just did? Do you see what he just did?
Deflect. Well, maybe it was this group. Maybe it was that group. No, maybe your people's lineage is violent.
Do you see what he just did, guys? He said maybe your lineage is violent. His attack, guys, is on white people. And I'm literally showing you this. I'm breaking down the whole video, line upon line. He just said your whole lineage is violent. That's evil. That's hate. I'm showing you guys what he's doing.
Maybe y'all need to repent.
What? He's saying that white people need to repent, but he's not talking about what black people are doing in terms of all of our violence and hate for one another. Black people don't even like each other. Black people hate each other. If you're black and you become successful, blacks will hate you. They won't support you. Black people don't even support black-owned business. Half of these so-called black influencers don't even get no support from their black viewers. Their black viewers don't even support them. They literally be on YouTube crying. Man, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat. We need to get more Super Chats. We need to get more Cash Apps. Why y'all not supporting the show? You wondering why? Because blacks don't support black-owned businesses. Have you forgot? If black folk don't even support black-owned businesses, what makes you think black folk are going to support your black rhetoric on YouTube? They're not going to support that. They're not. They're not going to support none of that. They'll act like they with you, but in the end, you won't be getting no support. And it's going to frustrate you because you're going to be there spewing all of this hate, trying to appease black people. But you're going to be like, damn, financially, it's not making any sense. It's not a lucrative business because I'm not making no money. And this is what's happening with a lot of black influencers. They're frustrated. So they'll sit there, they'll talk about people like me. They'll talk about Anton Daniels. They'll talk about the Hodge twins. They'll talk about Officer Tatum. They'll talk about all these different influencers that talk about different issues. And they'll say, oh, they're cooning, they're this, they're that. Why? Because when we look at our platforms, we have a lot of people that support the platforms. Platforms are growing. Things are running smooth. And they look at it like, well, they're winning because they're cooning. No, we're American. American. And we're just speaking on real issues. That's it. And the people gravitate with those issues. We're not being racist. We're not taking one side over the other side. I talk about white issues, black issues, Asian issues, all issues. I'm American. Period. This is not a black channel. This is a channel for all groups. All people are welcome. Do you understand that? Unlike his channel is only for people that hate people. And that's why when you look at his comment section, all you see is people that are just like him.
Maybe you need to come to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and seek forgiveness. Maybe you need to really do your research on the history.
Nobody's going to listen to you talking about Bible stuff when you're hateful. You're not going to get nobody attention. When you just accuse an entire group of people of why those mass shootings went, you can't talk about no Bible stuff to them right now. They don't want to hear you. You just lost a whole group. They're not even listening to you. They won't even subscribe to your channel because you blame them for something they didn't even do. Imagine how I would feel knowing that I'm a father of four, a husband, a provider, a protector, and I see people on YouTube blaming black men for some nonsense some other black man did. How you gonna blame me? I don't got nothing to do with what he did. I'm a respectful citizen. I'm not no damn criminal. Why am I being punished for something I didn't do? That's exactly what he's doing to white people. He's blaming them for something they didn't do.
And come to the conclusion that your forefathers have inherited lies. And that these people that you hurl racial obscenities at.
Why is he talking about this? This have nothing to do with the mass shooting, guys. How come he's not talking about the mass shooting? He got off the topic to express hate towards white people.
You know, such as myself. Maybe that type of hate that you spew is the reason why your own people keep on crashing out like this.
Do you hear this guy? He made it a race issue. I keep telling you guys, blacks could be racist too.
See, y'all are part of the problem because y'all got so much hate.
What?
See, the hate that y'all have is the reason why this stuff keeps happening. Y'all are the problem.
Wow, that's crazy, man. I don't know how could any white viewer actually follow his platform after hearing that. Basically said you're the problem. He blamed you for the mass shooting. He's supposed to be talking. Listen, guys, we ain't going to deny. Let me see if I can get the image. Let me see where that image go. Where it go. Looking for a particular image. Let me see where it is. Is this it? We ain't going to deny the fact that these men committed acts of violence. That's true. But you can't blame all white people for their criminality. You can't do that. There's a lot of white people that condemn those acts. They don't support that mess. He's making it seem like you folks support what these men did. Like you're happy about it. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Y'all want to blame this side or that side. Listen, let me make this very clear. The Democrats and Republicans are both politically violent.
Do you see this? Are y'all seeing what he just did? He said the Democrats and the Republicans are politically violent. If that's the case, why do he talk about politics? Do you see what he's doing? Listen to this again, guys. And remember, this is the guy that literally is a liberal at heart, a leftist. All his ideology and talking points is leftist talking points. Now he's trying to act like he's in the middle. There is no middle ground. I told you already, guys, you're either a liberal or a conservative. Right, left. There's no in between. Well, I'm an independent. No, you're not. You're not. There's no middle ground. And if you're not on neither side, guess what? Stay out of the conversation. Stay out of it.
Much hate. See, the hate that y'all have is the reason why this stuff keeps happening. Y'all,
he said the hate that you have is the reason why this happened. That's crazy.
Are the problem.
Wow.
Y'all want to blame this side or that side. Listen, let me make this very clear.
And you know, listen, guys, the reason why Nubreed is saying the left and the right are both toxic is because he know that the left is getting a lot of heat and Trump is cracking down on a lot of these people that's on social media that is spreading violence and hate. He know he's literally targeted right now, and he's up to get pretty much in trouble in hot water. So he's trying to distance himself from the hate.
The Democrats and Republicans are both politically violent.
What does that have to do with the two mass shootings, guys? What does what he just said have to do with the mass shootings? The church burning? What is going on here? Why is he doing this? He's the one promoting division. He's the one promoting hate. Y'all can't see this? Why would he say the Democrats and the Republicans are violent? Why would he say that? Then what's the point of voting? What's the point of having a president? What's the point of new laws, new legislation? What's the point? How America going to be made great again? What is the point of complaining about resources? How is that going to get done? This man is basically saying he's not American. He's un-American. What he said is anti-American. Period. Anti-American.
They're both politically violent. See, it's your lineage that's violent.
You see what he just said? He just said the lineage of white people is violent. That's very offensive. You need to be very careful with that because that's hate speech. When you talk about an entire group of people in that manner, that is considered hate speech.
And unless you denounce that, these things are going to keep happening in your communities. I don't want to see this. I don't like to see these type of horrendous, violent, vile acts take.
He loves seeing these acts, guys. This man, listen, guys, this man love hearing about who's dying. He loves violence. He loves mass shootings. He lived for this stuff because that's what gives him content. If there's no mass shootings or anything, he don't got nothing to talk about. So he loves when these things happen.
In place. This is the most American thing I can do right now is call out the issue that's going on in the country.
This all started shortly after 11 a.m. local time. We expect a press conference at about 12:45, 1 o'clock Eastern with the latest from the police. But this is
what gives me content, speaking the truth. That's why you're here. You're viewing me. Always remember that. You're watching me. What gives me content is that I'm an American and I speak truth and I'm not a racist and I don't promote hate. I'm not dividing America. I'm bringing America together. Something you're not doing. I'm the one with the microphone, not you.
Unfortunately, this was a church that They had people there worshiping inside. This church is open 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. When this shooter opened fire sometime after 11 a.m., striking from reportedly 6 to 8 people in that church. Their condition unknown. You can see the shot here. This is, we don't control this camera, but this is a local affiliate there. You can see the fire trucks working there. There are police officers there. Like I said, that smoke from the church is billowing a lot less than it was even just 15, 20 minutes ago. So you can understand the situation here, Kevin, where they are working on taking, putting out a fire at the same time that they are looking for victims of an active shooter. Just a horrific situation.
This is absolutely horrific. And you know what's more disgusting about it? The white nationalists are going to continue to deflect.
This is another thing that he's pushing, this white nationalist thing. This is another thing that he's pushing. And what he does is he pushed this on everybody. He pushed this on anybody. So he'll call everybody a white nationalist.
They're going to continue to play the blame game. When you have their own people.
He said their own people. Basically, if you're white, he's making it seem like that's your brother. Like, because that white man did what he did, you know him personally. That's your people. You know him personally. So you're to blame. That's what he's basically saying.
Doing these heinous acts. They're going to keep on shifting the blame. Why? Because they can't process what? Accountability. See, y'all need to be held accountable.
Wow.
Y'all need to be held accountable.
That's crazy.
And somebody needs to keep y'all in place. Somebody needs to keep y'all in line.
He just said somebody need to keep white people in their place and keep you in line. Are y'all listening to what this guy is saying? He's saying this mess about white people and blaming them for the mass shooting. If a white man got on social media and says, oh, all you black people, we need to keep you in line, keep you in place. Man, the backlash he would get if he was white. But yet we have a black man saying that type of racist stuff to white folk. Do y'all see the double standard?
And it just so happens that y'all in an internal war. Y'all in a cultural civil war right now.
Do you see how he said that they're in a cultural civil war? I told you guys that's what he wants. He loves it. He wants there to be infighting and violence. This is what the guy's promoting all day, guys. I'm trying to warn people, stay away from that guy, bruh. Stay away.
And y'all got this enemy that you really can't put your finger on, because the enemy is right in the mirror.
Wow.
And I'm talking about those suspected white supremacists, those who come in my chat hurling racial obscenities.
He's talking to white people as a whole, guys. Do you see what his agenda is? He's not talking about the mass shooting. Up to now, we're literally 20 minutes into his live that he did the other day. And up to now, he's still not talking about the actual shooting. He's using the shooting to attack white people.
Those full of hate, those who can't take accountability for what their forefathers done and the lies that they were taught and the traditions they carried on.
So you're not here to talk about the mass shooting. You're here to try to make white people feel guilty about what was done to black people in the past. And you're expecting them to take accountability after you just basically said their entire lineage is evil and hateful and violent. That's what your agenda is. Rather than just coming out and saying, hey, my video is about X, Y, and Z. Don't use the mass shooting as a crutch to spew your hate, because nobody's going to take you serious.
This is why this is going to keep happening. God himself is trying to talk to y'all. God himself is trying to tell you to repent.
I don't know why this person is in the chat saying Ringo is no longer pro-black. I was never pro-black. I'm pro-American. pro-God, pro-truth. I'm not with all of this black nonsense that y'all got. I don't got time for that mess. Last time I checked, black folk don't even like me. Black influencers on YouTube, they hate me. All they do is sneak this in their videos. All you gotta do is just listen to their live streams. You can see these black influencers, they'll be live streaming, right? They'll be talking about, oh, all you talk about is Charlie Kirk. All you talk about is this. All you talk about is that. You wearing a MAGA hat, blah, blah, blah. Put two and two together, who they talking about? Who they talking about? Just say my name and don't be a coward.
He's trying to tell you to repent.
Now he's saying that God is trying to tell white people to repent. But what about black people? How come they're not repenting? How come the black community is still of crime and violence, still filled with crime and violence and gangs? How come there are no gangs in the white community? Where are all the different sets of gangs in the white community? Don't tell me some one little gang or some gang in prison. I'm talking about the gang that's in the white community that whites are all in. I want to know where they at. I'll wait.
Because I don't care what kindred, color, or background you from. These mass shootings that are taking places in churches should be absolutely unacceptable to you.
What? Man, I tell you, this guy's a hypocrite. He's saying it should be unacceptable. He's acting as if though white folk aren't, I guess, unhappy about what's going on. You don't think white people denounce those type of attacks, those type of tragedies? He's acting as if though if you're white, when you see those tragedies, like you're clapping your hand. It's disgusting. Who wants to see that? Who wants to see that mess? People are at a bar having a good time, just having a good time, and end up dead. You think anybody likes that? You think those towns in North Carolina like what happened? They don't like that because that messes up business. Nobody's going to want to go there now because they're going to be concerned about somebody shooting them. So that messes up business. It messes up the morale of the community, of the town. You see? Nobody's supporting that garbage. So why are you trying to make it seem like white Americans support what just happened? That's evil. That's like saying, if I'm in the black community, I support all the gang violence and the killings in the black community. I don't support that garbage. When I was in the hood, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand seeing black men dead every damn day. Every day, a black man shot, dead. And I had to see this mess all the time. And I'm fed up with the black on black crime because y'all killing yourselves. And then when y'all come on social media, you're talking about white supremacy and the white man is oppressing us. White man ain't doing nothing. You're just lazy as a black man, and all you do is complain all damn day rather than going out there and getting a damn job and working for yourself. The white man get up every morning to go to work, and the black man sit online all day talking about white supremacy. And you're wondering why the black woman is not proud of you. You're wondering why your women don't see you as a man. Because all you're doing is complaining about the white man. And when you complain all day, it empowers the white man. It'll make the white man feel good. Like, damn, this black man keeps saying I'm oppressing him. I'm not even doing nothing to him. I'm trying to take care of my family. He feel he's being oppressed. That's crazy, man.
It should be unacceptable. Don't we agree?
A complicated situation there for our first responders in Grand Blanc.
To the moderators, block Senior TW. All he does is say a bunch of goofy stuff in my live chat. Get that damn demon out of here. Get him up on out of here. You don't deserve to be here.
Grand Blanc, Michigan right now at the Church of Latter-day Saints. So we should expect an update within the next 40 minutes or so to give us a sense of what else, just the extent of this horrific.
Yeah, that's their argument now.
Somebody said it was a Democrat. He is still white. That's a black person that's laughing, guys. Basically saying it was a Democrat. Do you see what they're doing?
Well, he was on the left. Well, he was white. I thought y'all created a bipartisan government.
Listen, guys, if a person is pretty much not in support of either the right or the left, if they are not a liberal, not a conservative, they shouldn't even be in the conversation. They shouldn't be talking. Why are they talking? Why are they on social media talking? Because a lot of times it's confusing the people. Because when the people come to your platform, they're assuming, well, you're talking about political issues. Surely you have a candidate, you have a party, you have something that you believe in. There got to be something you believe in. So when you see people saying, well, I'm not on the left, I'm not on the right, that person is lying to you. They're lying, especially if they're an influencer. Influencers get paid to do content. So there is an agenda. They're on a side. Trust and believe me. There's no such thing. Look at Don Lemon. Don Lemon says he's an independent. That's a lie. All his rhetoric is from the left. All of it. He don't like Charlie Kirk. He hates Charlie Kirk. Anti-Trump. Think about it. You can't tell me you're an independent and all of your rhetoric is coming from the left. You're not independent. You're lying. And they say they're independent because why? They don't want to be criticized or attached to anybody. Because typically, if people figure, okay, you're on the left, you're on the right, you're liberal, you're conservative, they'll start connecting you to different people. Like, oh, you wear a MAGA hat, so you support this guy and that guy and that guy. That's what they do. That's how they'll do you. They'll tag you on to other people. So saying you're independent protects you from any affiliation with anybody. When you hear people say they're independent and they start talking about political stuff, tell them to shut up. Because they're all hypocrites. They're playing both sides, guys. 1 minute, they're on the right. Next minute, they're on the left. Then they're on the right. Then they're on the left. Then they're liberal. Then they're conservative. They literally play back and forth, guys. Don't be deceived.
I didn't know it was against the law. I didn't know it was against the law to be, on the left or the right.
Do you see what he's doing? He's trying to separate himself. He's clearly on the left, guys. He's a liberal, and he's trying to act as if though he's not. All his content is anti-MAGA. All he do is bash Trump and talk negative about Trump. That's all he do, guys. All he do. He don't have no content talking about the left. None. Now he's trying to distance himself because he know there's backlash that's coming.
Well, he was on the left, sir. Okay, so what? If he was, we don't even know the identity of this person. That shows you how deep the brainwashing goes. The president ain't even said he was on the left. And the people already, well, he had to be on the left. You don't even know the identity of this person yet. I'm going to show you Donald Trump's statements, though. But let's go.
Situation.
The identity already been revealed. The problem is this guy never does his research before he go live. He just goes live to spread hate.
We do know, though, according to the reporting, as I said, that this is the police in Grand Blanc Township are saying that there is currently no threat.
I look at Nubreed's platform when he does political stuff as just protesting. He's not an intelligent guy. He really is not. He's not smart. He's not versed in anything he talks about. It's as if though he's just protesting in the streets, but he does it on social media. But he blames everybody else for things that, they didn't even do, but he tied them to everything. He never talks about the issues that's going on in his community and what are the solutions to these problems. He never tried to bring Americans together. Everything is anti-America. He talks about how God is going to destroy America, thermonuclear destruction, the system is going to collapse. Everything with him is doom and gloom. It's all anti-America, and I'm trying to figure out why he's in America. Talking like that, you shouldn't even be in America speaking like that.
To the public at this time because the shooter...
He even accused me of being a federal informant, guys. This YouTuber accused me of being a federal informant. slandering my name, spreading misinformation, disinformation, trying to get people to look at me like something's wrong with me. Literally, he even said this in videos. We're going to talk about those too.
Is down. That is a bit of good news here, as you can see the first responders trying to figure out, trying to take out this fire while also.
Okay, they say the shooter's down, but they're not releasing his identity.
Take out this fire while.
If God is going to destroy the earth and destroy America, he's going to destroy you too. You sound dumb. For real. If God is going to destroy America, he's going to destroy you. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So God is going to destroy you too. If he's going to destroy America, he's going to destroy you too. Does that make logical sense? Doesn't make any sense. But this is what religious people do. They spread nonsense.
They can't show you two of their own on the same day.
The Most High going to destroy the evildoers. And the evildoers come in all shapes, sizes, and colors and creeds. He ain't just coming to destroy a group of people because of their color. He's going to destroy the evildoers. And that involves every type of ethnic group that have evil elements.
Doing mass shootings.
So saving potentially any victims that could be trapped inside, Kevin.
Let me ask you, do we know if the fire was started and then the gunman opened fire, or did he attack the congregation and then set the building ablaze? Do we have any of that information? By the way, I should point this out. This is all happening on a day that the LDS Church announced with sorrow that Russell M. Nelson, the beloved president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, had died. He was 101, the oldest president in the history of the church. So it's a solemn day for mourners. I just wanted to point that out as well. Brian, back to you. What else can you tell us?
Yeah, it's a good point. Sources telling our local affiliate there in Detroit that the suspected shooter may have started the church fire. In terms of what came first, it is simply too soon.
Of course he did. You know, he woke up and chose violence. He had to put the icing on the cake.
He woke up and chose violence. I'm telling you, man, this man is not even talking about any solutions. He's not bringing America together. He's not bringing white people together. He's not bringing black people together. He's not solving no issues. He's just using it as a point of contact to express hate. That's it.
You know, he had to put the nail in the coffin. It wasn't enough to just go shooting up a church. No. He had to really rage out. He had to show you his rage. And he said, look, I'm going to go ahead and set this thing ablaze. FBA Strong says, yes, he was a white man, former military person. They said he may have had a device in the car, and the church, yes, was Mormon. Right. So he probably had some type of explosives connected to the vehicle, ran it through the church, shot it up, fled the scene after being hit, fled the scene after doing his work, had some type of time bomb in there, ran out in the streets where police pulled up and gunned him down.
He's just talking a bunch of nonsense. You don't even know what he's talking about.
Probably how it happened. Meanwhile, the church was on fire when they pulled up.
As if he cares about the church. Nubreed don't care about the Mormon church. He don't care about anything. He don't care about those churches. If you know his content, he don't care about none of those people that died. He don't care. Trust me when I tell you that, guys. He do not care.
This is unacceptable. And these are going on in their own communities.
Do you see what he just said? This is going on in their own communities. Saying in white communities.
To tell. What we do know, again, is that this was a shooting that started.
We don't do stuff like this.
Reported shortly after 11 a.m. You can see.
Did you hear that? That bit of sarcasm? He said, we don't do stuff like this, meaning black people. We don't do stuff like this? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Black people do stuff like that. Are you crazy? Black people do this. What about that mass shooting? What about that mass shooting? You saying we don't do stuff like this? Black people do stuff like that. What are you talking about? Yeah, crime is everywhere. He's making it seem like black people don't commit crimes. Is this man, did he lose his mind? You don't want me to go look up all the latest news stories of all the crime that's going on in the black community. There's a load of crime that's going on that I haven't even reported on yet, guys. And I'm going to get to all of it, too. I'm going to turn the heat up on it, too.
The neighbors there looking, worryingly looking there. And so there are 6 to 8 victims. We don't know the extent of their injuries. We know that the active shooter is...
Guys, the term white supremacy was made up by black people who are racist. I have not seen not one white person stand up and say, hey, I'm a white supremacist. The term white supremacy is a word phrase made up by black racists. They made up that word. Because the last time I checked, if you're white, you're supposed to be concerned about your people. You're supposed to love your people. If you're black, you're supposed to love your people. So why is black folk complaining about white supremacists when black people claim that they love their own people? That would make you a black supremacist. So what is your issue with white folk if you want to call them white supremacists? The Asian man love his own people. The Jewish man love his people. He take care of his own people, his own community. You don't care about what's going on in your community. I'm just being honest with you. When I was in New York, the Jewish people took care of their community, their school, their stores, their business. And guess what? If something happened to their people, they all come outside and rally up. They come out in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, and they rally up. I remember there was an issue where a girl got hit by a car. All the Jewish people came outside together and rile up because of the incident that took place. They didn't sit by like the black community when issues happen. Show me the gang members in the Jewish community. Where are they? There are none. That's my point. Why is it that in their community, they don't got gang members, they don't got nobody selling drugs, they don't got nobody doing none of those things, but yet the black folk live right around the corner and they're committing crimes and violence? Explain that to me. Explain this to me. Why is it that we, as so-called black men, don't want to talk about the real issues in the black community? But we got time to talk about white people all day. I'm not saying white people don't commit crimes. They commit crimes too. But for crying out loud, talking about what they're doing is not solving no problems in the black community. We got problems right now. And what's so funny is all of these black content creators, they don't live in no black community. All of these successful content creators on YouTube live in white communities. And they keep complaining about white people. But they live around them. Make that make sense. You live around white people, but you complain about them. Go live in the hood and the ghetto. If you got such an issue with white people, stay around black folk and see what happens. I don't want to live in the hood. I already did that already, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Shout out to Joyce. Hey, shout out to Joyce for the major support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. My damn sound effects ain't even working. Shout out to you. Says blessing to you, Ringo. Hey, I appreciate the support. Again, shout out to Joyce for the $200 supporting the show. And guys, this is what make people hate me. When people support the show, they get upset. They get upset when they see people support the show. So again, shout out to Joyce for the major support, sponsoring the show early in the morning. You know what I mean? And I appreciate everybody joining in. If you're now coming in, guys, we need you guys to double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. If you're viewing the live, guys, we can't do this without you. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. We need the likes to match the views. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel today, guys. Can't do this content without the people. Without you guys, I don't have a platform. You understand? You people make the show. You guys make the content, right? So we're talking about a very serious issue. A YouTuber pretty much has blamed the entire, he blamed white America for the 2 mass shootings and church burnings. He blamed white America for that. And basically in the video, he said that white America, that their lineage is violent. This is what that YouTuber down there said about white Americans. Blame you for the crimes of someone else, which is crazy. And you're wondering why there's so much hate in the black community towards whites for slavery. They blame you for something you didn't even do. Okay, let's say your ancestors hypothetically had a hand in slavery. You had nothing to do with it. So why are you getting blamed? You don't have a plantation. You don't got a slave. You don't got nobody on a plantation, but you're being blamed for that by a group of people that's still living in the past. They just don't know how to move on in 2025. It's sad.
No longer was shot. We don't know if that shooter was killed. All we know is that that shooter is down. So these are all the things you can see. Our satellite view there, Google Maps, gives you an idea of the size of this church. We don't know how big this fire was, just based on the images that we could see. I mean, it was very thick.
You can watch YouTube through your TV. You know what I'm saying? They have the app. They have all of that stuff on your TV. It actually looks very nice on a big screen TV. You don't necessarily have to watch on a phone or a tablet. You can actually watch it on TV with those apps.
Black smoke. So to the extent of when this fire was started by this shooter, how large this fire was, did it take down the whole church? Was it simply in a small part? Those are simply questions that we don't know the answers to yet, but it looks like a substantial fire that they were putting down. This is an earlier video. You can see that the smoke was a lot thicker than it was even during the last couple of minutes of this report, thick black smoke. And you can see also there victims that were brought out on the stretcher, as others, seemingly even the elderly, coming out of that church. Just a horrific scene this morning.
I mean, who does this? Where elderly people are just trying to enjoy a church service.
Like he cares. Nubreed is acting as if though he cared about that church. He don't care about that church. People, when I tell you he do not care, he have no concern for anyone that died. He really don't. It's all his way to promote his own agenda of hate.
I don't agree
division.
with the doctrine of the Mormon church. You know, they look at black people as a curse.
Do you see what he just did? Listen to what he just did, guys. This is what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you that he hate everybody, fam.
Mormon church, you know.
Let me rewind that back. We got to get the words from his mouth so we know what he believes.
Morning.
I mean, who does this?
Listen.
Where elderly people are just trying to enjoy a church service. Now, I don't agree with the doctrine of the Mormon church. You know, they look at black people as a curse.
Do you see what he just did? He said, I don't agree with the doctrine of the Mormon church. They look at black people like a curse. Do you see what he just did, guys? I'm showing you that he don't care. So why he's talking about these stories? So he don't even care about the victims, guys. So that means all the people that died, he don't even care about. But he's here acting like he really do. He don't care. He's just spreading hate. Because he just said that the Mormon church see black people as a curse.
You know, that's a lot of irony going on, too. Because the Mormon church actually teaches that being black is a curse. It's a curse. And we're pretty much the devil. That's what the Mormon church teaches. But Who ran a bomb up in the Mormon church? Wasn't one of our people.
Do you see what this guy is doing, man? This is crazy, man. I don't understand how could anybody be subscribed to a channel that spew nothing but hate and division all day.
Wasn't one of our people.
And he's saying it wasn't one of our people, as if though that makes us so much better than everybody else when we got our own issues.
It's like all of these racist constructs keep getting these rude awakenings.
Guys, look at how he felt about Charlie Kirk and white people. Check out the tape.
Because look,
hold on. Let me do this.
Because look, every crime y'all commit is a high-profile crash out.
Talking about white people.
Charlie Kirk was just sitting there minding his business, talking about gangbangers. And here you go. He minded his business. The next thing you know, he get his whole noodle knocked off. Bro got cooked. They did Buddy dirty. And y'all mad at me because I'm talking about it? Y'all mad at me because Charlie Kirk allegedly got unalived by Mr. Burns.
He's mocking them now.
He got unalived by a guy that looked like David Letterman, but y'all talking about gang violence, but you mad at me. Why you mad at me for? If y'all do something about these damn white supremacists.
Do you see? He don't like white people, guys. I keep all his videos. He keep talking about white supremacists.
Have these issues. Yeah, you people is cursed. You people is cursed, bro.
Wow. He said, you people, talking to white people, bro. This is crazy.
And I'm talking about who is you people? I'm talking about anybody. Sister, you saying the same thing again, but I appreciate the support. I don't understand what your poem means, ma'am.
The truth is, behind closed doors, the P word became my secret sin. And for the next 17 years of my life, and being by a deeper.
Okay, that's pretty much was it. That was a commercial. That pretty much was it.
Because
that's my point. So as you can see, based on what he said, guys, this man, all he do is expose that he don't like white people. Remember what I told you? Anybody you hear talking about white supremacy all day is pushing an agenda. The agenda is to get black people to become angry, to keep the hate brewing, so they could keep looking at white people as an oppressor. That is what black influencers love doing. They want black Americans to believe that anybody that's white is an oppressor who's keeping them at the bottom. That's what they're doing. And this is why they call me a coon, a Sambo, and a sellout. Why? Because I'm not pretty much doing the same thing like them. They want me to use my platform to be racist towards whites. They want me to use my platform to spread hate. That's what they want. And because I don't do that, they call me names and call me all sorts of evil things. But I don't care. That's why they're pissed. That's why their channels don't grow. You got content creators that are literally stuck and their channels just don't grow. Well, if you're getting all this support from the black community, why your channel not growing? You know why? Because all you promote is hate. Hate don't make you grow. Hate destroys your soul. It's a cancer. Right? So now let's get back to the content. Let's go.
We don't go nowhere near no Mormon churches. Yeah, Mormons believe that being black is a curse and we're close to the devil.
So basically, if he feel that way about Mormons, that means he don't even care about the victims. That means the victims who died, he see it as a good thing. because of how they feel about black people in his mind.
Basically, we're
That's
the devil.
sick.
Mormons believe that. But we're not the ones pulling up in churches, putting hot ones in old folks, burning churches down. We're not the ones doing that.
Notice this person named Kerman says he didn't say that. Are you dumb and slow? Are you dumb and slow? Let me break this thing down for you because you're obviously dumb and slow. Number one, a white guy decided to cause this atrocity at the church. It's a Mormon church. Nubreed said that Mormons believe, so he's speaking of all Mormons, that they believe that black people are cursed and all this negative stuff. He just said he don't believe with Mormons, he don't follow Mormons, he don't care for that. So being that he said all of that, if Mormons were pretty much casualties of that war, he don't care about them. He don't got no love for them. Are you that dumb you can't understand that? I got to explain this to you? You're that slow? He don't care about the victims. Just like he don't care about Charlie Kirk. Because when Charlie Kirk died, he called him a white supremacist. And he mocked his death and disrespected his wife.
And whether it's trans Tifa or not, all I'm seeing is white on white crime.
Do you see that? All he see is white on white crime.
Yeah, I don't care if it was trans Tifa or not. All we see is white on white crime. That's it. Why? Because y'all are violent. You see y'all here?
He said whites are violent. Do you see what he's doing? That's hate speech. He's saying that all white people are violent. That's hate speech. In its simplest form, guys, you cannot target an entire group of people and identify them as violent. You can't do that. It's one thing if you're criticizing someone's opinion, that's okay. But he's generalizing all white people at this point.
Yeah. Like Stephen Miller. Y'all said y'all was what Stephen Miller said in Kirk's speech in a Kirk memorial. Y'all the Vikings, y'all the Romans, y'all the warriors, y'all all of that. We give y'all that. So we're not finna blame nobody else across the pond in another country.
This is why I can't be around people like him. People like him are uncivilized. They'll cause nothing but riots and anger. I can't be around people like this. He's a very hateful individual. And normally when people are like this, they're not happy in their life. People like that, they just miserable. When you're full of hate, you're not fulfilled in your family. And you can have kids too and still be miserable. You're just not happy with the way your life is going. So it's like the only thing you know how to do is just hate. And it's sick. It's like misery really do love company.
No, y'all all of that. Y'all the Vikings, y'all the warriors. No. Y'all build everything. It looks like your own people tearing it down. Yeah. Now, Trump has something to say about this. Let's see what Trump had to say. Let's see what he had to say. Let's see if he's going to address the elephant in the room. Okay, so let me see if I can make that a little bit bigger. All right, so Trump posted on, I believe this is on Truth Social or X, or both. He says, I have been briefed on the horrendous shooting that took place at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan. The FBI was immediately on the scene. Damn, how was they immediately there? And will be leading the federal investigation and providing full support to state and local officials. The suspect is dead, but there's still a lot to learn. This appears to be yet another target attack on Christians in the United States of America. The Trump administration will keep the public posted, as we always do. In the meantime, pray for the victims and their families. This epidemic of violence in our country must end immediately.
And it starts with these influencers. These influencers are the ones who are radicalizing viewers to become hateful and violent. Do you understand? Because all that YouTuber does is just get people angry, divide. That's all he does.
Well, how you finna end that?
What did Trump say that was wrong? What did he say that's wrong? Nothing.
See, all I'm going to tell y'all, well, no, I'm going to tell y'all a few things, but let me say this. If God is in those churches, why is this happening? Where's their protection?
Now watch what he just did there. He said, if God was in those churches, why did this happen? In other words, God is not with them. So why did Martin Luther King get assassinated? I guess God wasn't with him. Why did Malcolm X get assassinated? I guess God wasn't with him. You see how that worked? See, if you listen to that rhetoric and we start bringing that down to everything else, I guess God wasn't with him. Have it ever dawned on you that it's just your time to go? It's just your time to go. So that little child that got hit with a stray bullet, are you telling me that God wasn't with that child? Do you see how insulting and insensitive he's being with the people that lost their lives? He's basically saying, if God was with them, they would still be alive. And notice somebody in the chat says, you must be a raccoon. You see that? That's the hate that I get that you see in the live chat. That's what I get from black people. They do that all day. They watch me every day. It's like, there's like a love-hate relationship they got with me. They hate me, but they watch me every day. And they sign up under new accounts after being blocked.
That's first. Secondly, how are you going to stop this? That's what I want to know. Let me see.
And I'm going to do a part 2 to this, guys, because this video is literally 1 hour in length. We're at the 30-minute mark, so I'm about to shut it down because we've been on literally 2 hours and 16 minutes live. I ain't going to be here another 2 hours doing this. I'm going to do a part 2.
Somebody said good and bad people in every nation for sure. Absolutely. It's good and bad people in every nation.
He said for sure, agreeing with the person, but his whole topic is focusing on him saying all white people are violent by nature. This is what he said, guys. If you are now viewing the stream and you're white, this YouTuber named Nubreed blamed all white Americans for the mass shootings that happened in the bar in North Carolina and also in Michigan at the church. He's blaming white America for that situation. He's saying it's your fault because your bloodline is inherently violent. That's what he said.
And that's why I can't stand these so-called white Christian nationalists.
Do you see what he said? He said he can't stand white Christian nationalists. So now the very thing that Trump said, how the Christian being attacked and targeted, he just confessed from his mouth that he's the very people Trump is talking about. And you're wondering why we got to make these videos, because you don't know who this guy is recruiting. This is crazy, guys. From his own mouth, he said he hate them. Listen to what he said from his own mouth again. Let me play back the tape. Check it out. Listen.
Let me see. Somebody said good and bad people in every nation for sure. Absolutely. It's good and bad people in every nation. And that's why I can't stand these so-called white Christian nationalists who keep trying to point the blame at people overseas.
When he said people overseas, you got to know who he's talking about, guys. You got to know who he's talking about.
I don't understand it. When y'all got your own doing all this, them people overseas ain't doing this. So he says, this epidemic of violence in our country must end immediately. Well, how is he going to stop it? Martial law. It's going to have to be some martial law.
See what he's wishing
these people
for?
Nurture, curate hate and racism. And then when racism blows back up in their face, they want us to align ourselves with them. No, we're not doing that.
So he's here to promote division, guys. Basically, what this guy is, his agenda is, guys, is to separate black people from white people. That is his agenda, fam. That's why I'm doing these videos, because I want you to know and understand the truth. If you're a viewer on social media and you see this guy and he goes live and he's talking about Trump, he's talking about politics, he's talking about this, understand his agenda. His agenda is to divide white and black. You understand? He don't like white people. He believe in basically it's like, and he's a supporter and follower of MLK. So he believed in the I Have a Dream speech, which talks about black men and women and children and everybody coming together, kumbaya, right? But he's trying his best to separate us. In other words, there was a time when black folk had to use a restroom that was designated only for blacks, a fountain designated for blacks. He's trying to separate us all again. He's literally into segregation. If you really think about it, these black influencers like him are promoting segregation. Sometimes you might be white and you go on a channel where there's a black commentator and you tread lightly because you don't know if that platform want you to be there. So it's kind of like you sit in the background watching, listening, and you don't know if it's okay to post a comment because it's like, is this a black channel or a channel for everybody to comment on? Sometimes white people feel that way because they listen to your rhetoric and they're like, you know what? You're spewing hate. It don't seem like I'm welcome. And he don't realize that. But when he's doing his videos, he's spewing so much hate. I don't understand why would anybody from any other ethnic group other than blacks would even want to be a part of his platform. Because it just creates division.
Yeah, what do we look like going against people of that y'all put in power? That's crazy. See, white America is a you problem. And they're upset about that. Speaking of it being good people of all nations, why would we single out a whole country when we know there's good and bad people everywhere? There's good and bad people here in America. See, y'all got too much hate speech going on. And that's why this stuff is blowing up.
The one that promotes the hate speech is talking about others. This is crazy.
Y'all don't want to take accountability.
No, he don't. He don't.
Y'all don't want to take accountability. And it's really sad. Now, I do find it a little odd that the feds was there immediately. Could it be another inside job? Could it be another inside?
Now he's saying that the mass shootings and these things are all inside jobs. Everything with this guy is a conspiracy theory. Everything. Anybody that died, it was a blood sacrifice. A shooting, it was an inside job. Everything to him is a conspiracy theory.
Let me share this with y'all. Now this is intriguing. It makes me want to dig a little bit deeper. Because he said the feds was right there on spot. Yeah, this is exactly what y'all voted for.
There's no such thing as white supremacy, guys. It's an illusion that black people use as an excuse for their own failure in terms of why they are not being successful in their life. So they blame white people by saying, well, you guys had a head start. Y'all put us in slavery. Y'all just want to be in control. And they just making excuses when really everybody in 2025 have the same opportunities. Just because a person is white does not mean that as a black man, you can't do what they do and do it better. Everybody got opportunity. It's about who's going to work the hardest, who's going to be diligent and consistent and do what they need to do. The early bird gets the worm. Whoever's want to be lazy will always stay at the bottom. A slothful man will come to poverty. That's just the way it works in this life. You know? The man who get up early in the morning to go work, he's the man that always win. While everybody else is sleeping, he working. You know? It is what it is.
This is exactly what y'all voted for. Listen, the Republican cards were loaded. The Republican cards were loaded. But y'all chose the most far-right extremists that you can put in office. And now all these psyops, all these radicals are crashing out.
Do you see how he just took a shot at Trump? Do you see what he did, guys? He's anti-Trump. I'm telling you, man. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to end it right here. I'm going to have a part 2 to this because we're literally at the 33-minute mark. This video that I'm reviewing is 1 hour and 9 minutes. I'm not going to be here for another 2.5 hours. I got things I got to do, right? I'll be back on later. But let me get this timestamp so I know where I'm at. And pretty much we're going to continue this conversation. When I do part 2, I'll kind of give a little recap of where we were so people can know. And, you know, I'm going to have all these videos in a playlist probably. Like I'll put it in a playlist so it's stuck together. So if anybody watched part 1, they'll know that there's a part 2. But we got to continue this discussion, guys. This YouTuber pretty much is blaming all white people for the mass shootings that recently happened. That's crazy, man. That is absolutely irresponsible to do with a platform. And this is what he did. This is what he chose to do to express his hate. And it's just sick, guys. But anyway, guys, we're going to get up on out of here. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Hope you have a blessed day. Hope everybody enjoy their time. If you like my content, consider subscribing to the channel. We need your support. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Again, shout out to Joyce for the $200 support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. And shout out to Caramel Kimmy Kim in the building early. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, guys, to Ringo TV. Ringo TV, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, providing you the best on YouTube. Subscribe today to Ringo TV Reactions. Rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. We're going to get up on out of here, man. You know, it is what it is. Haters will always hate. They will always do what they got to do. But it is what it is. Hey, shout out to V-Dub, man, in the building. Salute to you. You know, if you out on the road, drive safe. Maybe you home chilling. You know? It's a good one. So we're going to get up on out of here, guys. Hey, Ringo TV Reactions, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, guys. Rate, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video. Ringo TV Reactions. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube, bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.